Hello guys, welcome to YJ Digital World. On today's video, I'll be putting you through on how to create an event flyer using Photoshop 2020. I remain your host, Agu Joseph. Please, if you are new to this channel, do well to subscribe to this channel, turn on the post notification bell to get notification whenever I post new content, and do well to give this video a like. So let's get into it. First of all, on my screen here, I have opened the Photoshop interface. All I have to do is to click the create new document button. After doing that, I'll come over here. I'll call this cruise and vibe. That should be the name of this project. Okay, my width is on 4 inches, height on 4 inches, resolution 300. Click on create. So after doing this, the first step I'll be taking is to create my background. For me to do this, I have to come over here on my adjustment panel, click on the solid color here, use my color picker to pick the color, use the hex code for the color I'm using. Okay, click on OK. After creating the solid fill, next thing I'll be doing in the project is to start placing elements that I'll be using for this project. First of all, I'll picking the text that I'll use for my background. I think this is the text. I'll copy it here, come over here on my Photoshop, pick my text tool. Start picking my text tool. All I have to do is to left click and paste in the text into my Photoshop interface. Start pasting it. Okay, let me add something to this. Call this, okay, I'll call this cruise. Okay, this should be my background text. I'll come over here to my character panel. Please, in case if you don't have your character panel over here, all you have to do is to come to your window here and activate character panel. If you don't have your property panel activated, and come over here and activate your property panel. So the next thing, I'll change this font to Bebas Noir regular. Okay, after doing that, I'll increase my leadings a little bit, that is the spacing between text vertically. So I'll come here to increase the size of this text. Okay, after increasing the size of my text to something of this nature, I'll come over here holding shift to scale this way as well. So after that, I click on the check, come over here, reduce my tracking. Okay, after doing that, I can also come here and reduce my leadings. I notice the space were too much. Okay, after doing that, close, scale out this size. Okay, after scaling out this way, I'll double click to check. So next thing I'll be doing in this project is to create a noise effect on this project. So for me to do this, I hold Alt on my keyboard and click on this create new layer icon here, call this noise, come over here, change it to soft light, turn on the neutral color of 50% gray. After that, convert your layer, you right click to convert your layer to a smart object, select filter on your menu, slide over to noise, you click on add noise. You can see I can add my noise to something like this, but I need to reduce the strength of my noise. I don't need it to be too heavy on this design, so I'll set it on 8.21. Click on OK. After doing this, I can select this layer where I have my background text. I'll fade it away to about, let me see, I think about 4 is okay. So all I have to do here is to select this set of text and move it up here. Come over here, select these two. You select the first one, hold shift, select the other one, Ctrl G to group text, and I'll call this background. BG stand for my background. So next thing I'll be doing here is to bring in my model image, the model I'll be using for this project. So I'll drag in the image to here. So after doing that, now I want to work on this project. If you notice, the image is not looking sharp enough, so all I have to do is to come to my adjustment panel here, select my hues, click max, click on the click max icon here to click max the effect or desaturate this image a little. Okay, after doing that, I'll come over here as well, again select my curves, increase the highlights, click max it again, and reduce your shadows, add more, reduce the shadows, and increase highlight a little bit on this image. So after doing that, I'll come over here, slide over to selective colors on my adjustment panel, select the blue color here. So if you notice from my previous video, I've explained how these colors work. I say by the left hand side you have the CMYK color format, while at the right hand side you have the RGB color format. So the opposite of cyan here is the red for the RGB, magenta is green, and yellow is blue. So I need to add more of blue. So instead of increasing my yellow, I'll be increasing this. Can you see the effect on the model's trouser? So you notice the blue level in her trouser has risen to a higher level. So I'll just increase it to something about this. So after doing that, I also come here to clip mask the effect. I just need it to be only on the model's trouser. So after doing that, I also come back here as well, select the red color here, and also desaturate this a little. Come, okay, I'll slide towards the right to reduce the red. Okay, so after doing that, I'll close this, I'll come over here, click on this first layer, hold shift, click on the last layer, Ctrl G to group, and I'll call this model. Okay, after doing that, I'll pick my gradient tool on my on my on my tool panel here. In case if you don't have yours here, you can come over here, click on this three dots over here. Whenever you click on the three dots over here, it can enable you to select other set of tools. The keyboard shortcut for your gradient is G on the keyboard. So after doing that, select my group layer of my model, come over here, I'll add marks. After adding marks, make sure that your foreground color is on black so that I can mark on this white. So for me to mark now, all I have to do is left click and drag this way and see the effect. So I can come this way and do it this way. Can you see? That's for that. But now I need the effect to be on the model as well as some part of my text, background text. So I'll drag in this image into this. Okay, after doing that, I'll drag it to somewhere around there. I need to place it directly behind the model. So after doing that, I'll click on the max layer. After clicking on the max layer, and I'll apply my gradient. You can now see that some part of my background text are faded out. So Ctrl Z, I'll adjust it a little again. I think this is okay for this. So after doing that, I'll come here, I'll lock this group. After locking it, I pick my text tool, come over here to my notepad where I have my right tops, come here, select this text, copy it, come over here, left click and paste the text here. I'll check, Ctrl T to transform, then you scale up the size of your text, then you position it directly to the middle. Okay, after that you check, you then drag it beneath this group layer called model. Okay, after that come over here to your character panel, open the colors, use your color picker here to pick the color. Okay, after that you click on OK. After doing this, the next we have to apply a little bit of depth to this text. So all I have to do is to double click on this, the layer style panels comes up. I'll add an outline glow to this. Can you see how the text is glowing? So I can come here and reduce the opacity with this handle. So I can come here and increase the size. Okay, that's for this. Can come here to determine the kind of color I need for the outline, for the outer glow. So I just need to select this yellow and select a lighter value of the yellow so as the color can work perfectly together. So after that I click on OK. So after doing this, the next thing I'll be doing is to bring in the next set of text. I think this is the next set of text. I'll come over here, copy this set of text. Okay, sorry, come over here, left click and paste it here. I'll check. Okay, Ctrl Z. I made a mistake. I pasted the text in the locked group, which it shouldn't be so. So I'll undo this. I'll come here. Okay, I'll paste in this text here. Check. Come over here, pick my move tool and drag it to somewhere here. Place the text somewhere here. Come over here with my text tool. I'll have to, okay, let me turn off this text for now. If I'm done, I'll turn it on back. Okay, so after doing this, I'll come over here. I'll have to change the fonts I'll be using. Change the font to something Montserrat. Okay, select the first set of text here. I have to bolden this, change the type to something extra bold. Come here, bolden this as well, so capital letter kind of text. I'll put this to about let me semi bold. I think that should be okay. Increase the tracking and so the leadings between them. Come over here, change the color to white. After that, come over here, pick my move tool, Ctrl T, scale down the size. Okay, after that, check. Come over to my character panel here. I can also still increase the leadings between text. Also increase the 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 tracking to about 0 on it, on this particular text. So after that, I zoom out, Ctrl T to still scale out the size is too big. Okay, after that I can choose to pick this text tool here and reduce the actual size of this write-up. Okay, so after doing that, choose to make a duplicate. Hold Ctrl and Alt, your mouse pointer changes to this. Can you see? Whenever you are on the text tool, just hold Alt, Ctrl and Alt, you can duplicate easily. Okay, after doing that, I'll come over here, pick this set of text called the hype man. I'll copy it, come over here, I'll paste it in here, come over here, copy this other set of text, come over here and paste it in as well. After that, you check. So after doing this part, the next part we'll be handling is the part that has to do with the theme of the event, which is schools and vibes. I'll copy the text, come over here, left click and paste it in, come over here and change my font to sweet beans. That's the font I'll be using for this. Okay, come here, Ctrl T to transform, double click. If you notice some part of the text is behind the model, so all I have to do is to drag it to the top above the model image. So I've dragged it to the top. Next, I'll turn off this to make the text look good. After that, align this to the middle. I'll deselect, Ctrl T to scale up, to transform and scale up the size of this text. Come over here where I have the layer on my layer panel, double click on this, come over to this part where I have my outer glow as well. I want to add a little bit of glow to this, so I can come here, increase the opacity, and come here as well, increase the size. I hope you understand what's going on here. So I think this okay. So after doing that, you click on OK. Or I can still go back, click on the outer glow and choose to reduce, choose the same white value here. Okay, after doing that, just to still reduce it a little, so increase it a little. Okay, so next I'll be placing the date and time of this event. Okay, the date and time is already, I'll copy it and make another duplicate of this text. Pick my text tool here, change this to Sunday, hit enter, November, check, increase my leadings. After increasing my leadings, okay, reduce my indents, so reduce my tracking. So next I'll pick my rectangle tool here, make a rectangle of this size. Okay, place this text above this layer. So hit Control, click on the rectangle to select it, pick your move tool here, align horizontally and vertically to the center, deselect, Ctrl T to transform the size of your text, hold Alt to scale from the middle. Okay, I think this is okay. So I'll hold Control, click on this layer here to make a selection, come back to where I have this rectangle and apply max to this layer, turn off my text, Ctrl Shift I to invert this rectangle layer back. Okay, after doing that, come here, select this and position it around here. Come over here as well, select this text or the first. So come over here, reduce the tracking among the text. Come over here, select Ctrl T to transform the actual size of the text. Okay, and you place it horizontally to the center of that text. Let me still scale this down a little, it's too big. So after doing that, the next step I'll be taking is to add the location of the event where it will be taking place. So I'll come here, pick this tool, So after picking the the text tool, now I want to add a guide to this to make sure that the spacing between text in my workspace are balanced. For me to do this, I want to view, click on new guide layout. After doing that, I'll set it on 5%, 5%, 5%, 5% each. Click on OK. So after doing that, I'll come over here and paste in the text here. Okay, reduce the size and come here as well and reduce my tracking as well. Reduce the size of this text. Turn off this. Okay, turn it on. So after doing that, pick my move tool, align it, Ctrl A to make selection of all layers, align horizontally to the middle on that the same axis. So I'm noticing something here that I need to make a little adjustment to this. So I'll select these two layers where my dates are, scale it down a little, take it up. Okay, this set of text to take it up as well. So take this up a little. Okay, come back to my notepad here, select this text, copy it, select my text tool, paste it here, check, Ctrl A, pick my move tool, align horizontally, deselect and position it somewhere here, and finally come over here, pick this last set of text, pick a text tool, left click and paste it in here, check, okay, Ctrl A, pick a move tool, align horizontally, Ctrl D to deselect your selections, zoom in, okay, and then take this down this way. Okay, so after that, pick my text to remove this part of this text. I'll check. So here on this three set of text, I'll be changing it back to Montserrat. Okay, Montserrat. Let me see. I'm using Montserrat for this. So I'll come over here as well and I'll bolding this set of text. Okay, likewise this set of text, I'll select it and bolding it. Okay, by bolding it I'm trying to create an emphasis. Okay, select this set of text, Ctrl A, pick my move tool and align once more horizontally to the middle of the select. So Ctrl minus to zoom out, Ctrl 0 to fit to screen, Ctrl minus to zoom out, Ctrl plus to zoom in. So I'll come here, Ctrl T and scale this down to here like this. I think it's okay this way. I think this size is okay. So after doing that, come over here, we have this rectangle. Okay, we have this rectangle and this date. Select it, scale it up a little, take it down. Okay, so all I have to do is to come back here where I have this model. I'll open the group and turn up my background back. I'll check, Okay, after doing that, I'll turn off my guide, Ctrl H to hide my guide. After doing this, the next part I'll be doing is to add the drink IQ. So I just dragged in the drinking IQ, turn on my guide back, Ctrl T to transform this, and I drag it and place it somewhere around here. Okay, drinking IQ, I think this is good for this. So guys, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, please do well to subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification to get notification whenever I upload new content. And if you have any comment, please do well to leave your comment in the comment section, and don't forget to give this video a like. Thank you guys for watching.